Growing up as part of the Meyer household was definitely different than probably most kids would grow up. We were inspired to be missionaries. We had uncles and aunts who were missionaries, and when we were young, Mom and Dad would read us stories about missionaries going throughout the world. And so to us, that was like the ultimate vocation in life, was getting the opportunity to take the gospel to unreached people groups, to traveling the world, and being with the church around the world. It was so cool. In the summers growing up, we would spend a lot of time going to different camps where we'd learn how to share the gospel, and then we would spend weeks at a time in cities throughout the state sharing not just the story of Jesus, but also inspiring youth about how they too can take the teaching of Jesus and the gospel to far away places. And it all culminated for me when I decided to be a missions major in college. It was one of the most difficult times of my life, but also super exciting, spending 6 months in West Africa and learning from church leaders, and then preaching the gospel to people who I didn't have the same language as, but we both shared a common desire to have hope and to pursue Christ for eternal life.
My name's James. I'm the missionary at Wells Branch. My wife and I live here. My wife's Endurance and my son Moses. And a lot of people at church know me as the crazy missionary who left Austin and doing something radical overseas. But as John said, to us it's not crazy, it's not radical. This was kind of what my parents expected of us growing up. And that's who's made me into who I am today. People think, how did he get this crazy idea to move into a small village and work in an outreach people group? To me, it was normal. This is just what we were raised and really expected. This is just what my parents, they were dreamed for us. I think about a lot of young kids I've discipled in junior high and high school as I was a youth pastor in the States, in Dallas and in Austin, and I'd encourage me missionaries, and I'd have parents pull me aside and chide me and ask me, I've got great plans for my child. I've got plans for education, for financial security, or fill in the blank. And it hurt me because I was raised completely opposite. As a kid growing up, at nighttime after dinner, my parents would sit there and read us stories of great missionaries and instruct us, this is the ultimate prize. This is the top vocation. Being a missionary isn't a second or third option, or if your previous plans don't work out. A lot of you have met my mom now. My mama would sit us down and say, Jamesy, what country do you want to be a missionary to? Jamesy, what are your dreams for Brazil? Jamesy, what are your dreams for Ethiopia? This is how we were raised. When I look at the church and I think either maybe a lack of missionaries or a lack of focus on missions, it starts at home. As John said, this was our goal in life. This is what my parents dreamed for us. They told us, they weren't bashful about it. They said, our dream is that you grow up to be great missionaries. This is our top dream for you guys. They never once would say, we want you to have the best educations. That's our top goal for you. We want you to make the most money, to have the most security, to have the nicest things in life. They probably wouldn't have been angry if we did it, but that wasn't their dream for us. My parents dreamed and prayed that God would send us to be missionaries. And so for me, I don't think what I'm doing is crazy or out of the ordinary or extreme. This is the normal life my parents told us they expected from us, and that's kind of what's created us to be the men we are today. A household and an upbringing that said missions is that's just what Christians do.